Hello everybody, it's Marcy, and I'm here to show you how to make another pocket. I think this is number 3 in my Pockets O' Plenty series, and today I'm going to be making a double, what do you call them, traveling pocket. Basically won't be glued down onto your page. And here's one that I made as my prototype, and I decorated it all up. In the tall section, I've got a tag, and here I just decorated a little bit, and then I just added a little card and a ticket and a fussy cut flower into this front smaller pocket. Then when you flip it over, you've got more pocket space to add more goodies. And here's one that I made that's a little larger. They can be any size you want. And this one I made out of a book page, and then I covered it with some digital print. This one is Gail Augustinelli, one of her collage prints, and then I made a tag out of a flashcard to go on the inside. And I haven't put anything in the smaller pockets yet, but there's that one. And then here's a teeny tiny one I made just because I was still practicing the folding and gluing of it. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with this little book page. And I'm trying to think. It can either go like that, or like that. I think I'd rather it go like that. Okay, so I'm just going to fold my book page up. There is no specific size it needs to be. Just the top one will be your tall pocket, the bottom one will be your smaller pocket. So however tall or short you want it to be. Then flip it over. You'll want to fold it to half or just beyond half. Now I need to be sure that it's even with my bottom, since my top has the rougher edge. Use my bone folder to crease that down. Then I'm going to fold this side over to overlap. And crease it down. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to slide that right into this flap. Just like that. So you can see it's not glued yet, but you can see you end up having a pocket there as well. Okay, so where'd my glue go? Here it is. Now the gluing, you do have to be a little careful. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'm going to try to get as close to the inside of this flap, to the edge of it, as I can, without having, and I will go as deep into the pocket as I can. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to add a little bit to this edge. I really apologize because I really don't think you're going to be able to see this well. And go along that edge. Glue that down, reach inside to be sure you don't have any glue seeping. And then once that's done, you will come to this outer pocket, run a little bead of glue on that edge. And a little bead of glue along this edge. Glue that down. Again, double check to be sure you don't have any seeping through. If you do, clean it up. And then the last thing we will do is I'm going to open it up at the bottom, and I'm going to run a bead of glue along this bottom edge. And then push that down. Now, just since I'm using art glitter glue, it won't take long at all to dry, but I'm gonna crimp this just to hold it closed for a couple of seconds while that dries. But it's just that simple to make this pocket. Just that simple. And then you go through and decorate like I did here, however you want. Cover it. You could cover this book page part if you want. Whatever you want to do. So it's so simple, but it becomes like a little stuffed pocket all on its own. So I'm going to do it again. This time I've got, this is a heavier weight book page that I actually printed. The reverse side, it's only got printing on one side, so I printed on the reverse side. So I think for this one, I will fold it this way. And having really good creases helps tremendously when you're sliding the little pocket together. Now I'm going to make this one, it's going to be short but really wide. Let's be sure that'll fit in a journal. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches. All right. So this one's wide enough you could actually put a little mini journal in it. Okay, I'm trying to, you know what, let's try gluing this way. So go ahead and run my glue up this edge. And go ahead and run my glue up this edge. Okay, that's the way to do it. That's much easier. Again, I'm just being sure I don't have any glue seeping through. And put glue on both of the edges here. Glue it down. Run glue along my bottom edge. Glue it down, and again I'm gonna clamp them just to be sure that bottom clamps shut, and you've already got a second one. The only thing I would suggest that now I wish I had done is I would suggest, and I meant to do this and then I got into it and forgot about it. I would suggest distressing your edges before you put this together. Especially for this bottom pocket. It's not impossible to do, but it is much easier to distress before you put it together, if you're going to distress. Okay, so remember, if you're going to distress, I would suggest distressing before you glue. Okay, now here I've got a piece of coffee dyed paper that I'd printed on, and this paper is very thin. And how do I want to do this? Actually, this time I think I want it this way. And I'm going to make the pocket on this one a little taller. But because this paper is so thin, I don't want the smaller pocket to be compromised. So what I'm going to do is, okay, that's where I want the base of my pocket to be. So then I'm going to come in up here and I'm going to fold down the edge of this pocket. And I'm going to glue that down. Like so. And I think, just to give a little added protection, I'm going to do the same along the top of the pocket. Just because pockets by their nature have stuff going in and out of them. So I want to be sure, since this paper is thin, and I'm not sure how easy this would be to do with a cardstock type paper. I'm not sure how easy it would go together. I've honestly not tried that yet, but I just don't know how well it would work. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. This time I am going to go ahead and distress a little bit first. And sorry if I moved out of frame. Go ahead and do the bottom here. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to fold it in. Be sure my bottom is lined up. Give it a good crease. Come on in on this side. Get it at a good crease. Should have allowed my glue to dry a little longer, but that's okay. All right. Now, let's remember how we did this. Okay. I'm going to put glue on this edge. I'm going to put glue on this edge. And then I'm going to slide this pocket in. Make sure everything's pushed down. Be sure I don't have any glue seeping through, and if I do, clean it up. Then I'm going to put, and on the smaller pocket, it's not vital that the glue get all the way to the bottom. Just as far down as you can get it, and then back up. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Glue along the edge. And finally, glue along the bottom. Clamp it down a bit. Now I can come back and distress these new folds that I made. that sit for a second. Recap my glue. Oh, that's the one well, that's all right. And just double checking to be sure my gluing is holding, and it is. And there, we have double pockets that can be floating pockets and used on, so actually I guess they're kind of triple pockets. You've got opening there and opening on this side and an opening on this side, but double pockets that you can stuff with tags, journaling cards, bits of ephemera, and there you go. So that's my pocket for today. I hope everybody enjoys this. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and happy crafting. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.